Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Today we are going to change out some of our planters for our fall look. So here we are at one of the front urns, and this is what I love about the bag and the pot method. When it comes time to change up your planters for a different season, for a new look, it is so easy. I'm just gonna dig in here a little bit to find the little handles to my bag, which I've tucked in here, and my mandevilla is going to be lifted right out. See if it's as easy as I say it is. Oh, look at that, beautiful. We pull all the stakes, okay. I love how easy that is. So our mandevilla did great this year. They were beautiful and very full of foliage. They did not bloom as much as I like, and I had mentioned that before, that I was keeping them very well watered, very happy. Mandevilla really like to dry out. I honestly think if I had made them suffer a bit more, then they would have wanted to go to seed and they would have bloomed a bit more. But they did great, and I can take that bag now and put it somewhere else until we have our first frost. Still enjoy those mandevilla. I could even bring that bag inside if I had an area that was going to be good to overwinter that in. My grandmother had a sun porch, and she always used to take the mandevilla in. I could bring my mandevilla over. My mom would bring her mandevilla over. Grandma would have them all there, and they would make it through the winter, and we'd put them out again next year. So if you have a setup like that, that's a really nice setup for keeping your mandevilla going. But this pot is going to turn into my fall look here, and I have my sun patience, which have done very well. I really liked the sun patience. They got nice and tall and covered up where the lip of this pot is. And then I had the tiara blue supertunias. They did great too, but we are going to move on now and just clear out this rim gap. Now, if you want to replant these somewhere else, you certainly can, no problem. We're just going to move them until I decide what to do with them later. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the main piece into the center here. You can replant or plant up a new bag to lower in. Maybe you're substituting in a small pine tree that you had in a bag out in your yard, but I found these ginormous kale. Isn't that beautiful? It is so huge. Now, this pot is a little smaller than that pot. And with my kale, I like to tip it forward too. So I'm just gonna nestle in this little bag to sort of tip it to the side. And then when I plant my kale, I like to have it on an angle so that you can really see this. Otherwise, you can't appreciate how gorgeous that is. So I am just going to tip it at an angle in there. And you know, it's in here for such a short time. I'm leaving it in the nursery pot. That will be absolutely fine. I could have put it in a grow bag. That would have been fine too. Do whatever makes you happy. That's the good thing with gardening. And then I'm thinking, oh, I like those mums. And this is millet. It doesn't have any of the millet stalks yet, but I really like the foliage. It just is that bright, bright yellow color. I'm thinking peeking over the back. I'm liking this. And then I have some more things. What else should I put in? Oh, look at these beauties. This is a supertunia called Latte. And it has, you know, the white petunia with sort of a purpley brown center eye to it. That is gorgeous. And I'm thinking I could put one of those on the side. And how about, oh, these are so pretty. This is the Believer Purple Aster. Now, asters to me tend to last a little longer than mums. Oh yeah, I think I like it like that. I don't know. Let me try one more thing. This is a zinnia. This is the Sahara Starlight Rose. Oh yeah, I think that's really good. I'm loving it. Okay, I sort of want both in there. I might have to do that. Let's get these planted up. The great thing with the bag and the pot method is, you know, you can switch things in and out so easy. And then this dirt that's here, most of the time you can at least get it through a full year. So I can put it in the spring and then just maybe add a little fertilizer. I'm not even adding fertilizer now. We're just gonna nestle all these babies in and it should be plenty good enough. Oh, look at how pretty that looks. Now, I got these mums at my local Whole Foods. They have fabulous deals on their mums right now. Highly recommend that. And you know, your mums don't last that long, but it is nice just to put them in. And I'm tipping my lattes here on their side. I do that a lot with my planters. I want it to look full and overflowing right away and let you see them, of course. And even my millet in the back, this was also from Whole Foods. Did I say Home Goods before? It's Whole Foods, not Home Goods, that I'm getting my plants at. Ooh, that is nice. And if you have a root bound like this, you can just sort of break it up a bit, but it's not living here for that long. I'm gonna sort of squish it a bit so it can fit back here. Okay, we hope it can fit back here, we're gonna see. Okay, I think we can do it. Want it a little taller, and you can sort of make this the right height so that it works for you. Let me see if it's peeking over. I love the color of this. I want to see it more, so I'm going to put some more dirt underneath, bring it up higher. Yes. And I'm going to tip it forward a bit more. So you can see how I'm just playing with this so that it fits better. Now I have dirt all over it, but that's okay. That'll wash off. Let's see what else we need. I feel like let's go all out and do both. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, this aster is so pretty. There is something about purple asters, and I know that some people grow them as a perennial. You need to put them in the ground if you want to grow them as a perennial. And I would do that now because you want to have some time for those roots to really take hold and set in before the winter. And I'm going to need a little dirt here. What if... Oh, so pretty. So pretty. I love this. I think that separating the two primarily white annuals with the purple asters is a good choice. Let's go do the same thing on the other side. Okay, here's our big moment of changing out the bag. Find those handles in here. I'm still here behind. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. And this beauty can now find a new place in the garden. Get those stakes. Oh no, we're stuck. There we go. Okay, we're looking good. There's some slugs down in the pot. I was telling you, I was keeping those mandevilla really, really watered. The slugs were loving it. Okay, we'll move these until we know what we're doing with them.
Don't stand up all the way.
Love these sun patients. This is a great time of year to be visiting your local nurseries. The local nursery in Barrington here, Hidden Gardens, is where I got so many of these annuals in the spring, and they now have their fall choices in. And it's just fun to see what they get in. They have some gorgeous coleus. I got my Rudbeckia there. And I got the giant cabbage. Let me grab the next one. So this is a big thank you to Kirby and Charlotte. Look at the size of this cabbage. Okay, it's gonna need a little propping up. Let me see. Okay, we're just gonna put this little grow bag in. Perfect. And if any of your cabbage leaves aren't looking great, you can just trim that. Oh, perfect. There we go. Now we just want to do a mirror image of what's on the other side. I just have to remember what that is. So we're going to want our millet, our mum, love this latte. That is just so pretty. Look at how full that is. And one aster in the middle. And always step back to double check. Once you decide where you like it, then just go ahead and dig that in. And this is going to be perfect for the next month. And then before you know it, we're going to be putting out our holiday planters. Just amazing how quickly it goes. Let's see. Yes, I like that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. I don't want to see any of the bare dirt here, but that is really helpful to have something like the cabbage because you can sort of floof it out to cover any of it. And the same with this millet. That doesn't want to fit. Okay. You can do it. Oh yeah. The millet, we can just sort of floof over everything. Oh, love it. This millet is such a pretty color. That lime green just looks so fresh. I have never got a millet that doesn't already have the catkin part, so I don't know if it'll send that up later or not. We shall see. Okay. We're looking good. And this is sort of my test for zinnias. I'm going to see what eats them this fall and determine if I'm going to grow them. I did already order some seeds, so I suppose I'll grow them no matter what, but I guess it depends how much I need to protect them. Okay, let's see how that looks. I love these. It looks so fallish, and I know I had that moment where I took the mandevilla out that I was like, is this really the right thing to do? Because I love that mandevilla, but that mandevilla can be loved somewhere else. And now I have this welcoming fall look right at the front of the house. And I have to say, I love that too. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.